Okay, sir.
Hi Poonam, how are you?
Uh, s- Great, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, sir. I am Poonam Ashok Amle. I am automation tester. I have 2+ years of experience as a automation plus manual testing. I work on two different projects. My current project is a water card. It's a online platform on online shopping platform in which we can uh, buyer can buy the application and seller can sell the application. In that, my roles and responsibility for that project is to create a test case manually and automate it. We use hybrid framework for automation purpose, plus test ng for a parallel and validation purpose, Git for storing a repository, and Jenkins for test for execution purpose for night execution and day of execution.
Mhm.
That's all about me, sir.
Okay, wonderful. So you have got an experience in test automation along with CI/CD DevOps tools. So that is very impressive. Very nice. Okay, so can you tell us something about your automation framework?
Yes, sir. Basically, we are using a hybrid framework. It's a combination of data-driven framework and keyword-driven framework. In that, there is multiple pages and the multiple packages. In that, we are in a main package. We are making multiple classes like a base class. We are all the common functionality of the all classes we are use in a base class. We also you are as a data driven for the multiple test execution, and we are using a listener for to listen the all activity, and extend report to take a screenshot for all test cases, failed test cases.
Hmm.
That's all about, sir.
Mhm. Okay, what is the logging mechanism you are using?
Login,
Hmm.
uh, Selenium Eclipse.
Yeah. So when I say logging means, how do you write logs? Sorry, in your resume, it's been mentioned that you are using log4j, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Log4j for
Yeah.
a output generation,
Hmm.
to generate the output. Instead of system.out.println, we are using log4j.
Log4j, right. So that is one of the aspects.
Yes.
So you are using log4j.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you create the defects in Jira manually or is it handled by automation?
Uh, in manually and automation both.
Okay. So you mean to
As
say,
a
yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
as a fresher, in the 6 month of duration, I working on a manual tester. So in that time, I execute it manually, generate the defect manually.
Mhm. Okay. But now, as you have got an experience and you are working on automation, so is your automation itself handling the logging of defects in Jira tool or still you are doing it manually?
Actually, I'm just writing a automation strip, and my team member, those who are senior, they are doing that report.
Okay. So their automation is reporting the defect in Jira, but not your automation script. Is it that?
Uh, yes, sir.
So you both would be working on same automation framework, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So see,
Uh,
understand the question. See, what I'm asking is, let's say you have an automation script in which
yes.
the product is not getting added into the cart, right? Now,
Okay.
if the product is not getting added into the cart, so your automation script will fail, right? Somewhat
Yes.
expressions you would have kept, those would fail. Now, after failing of that test case or after completion of the automation framework, is the defect getting logged in Jira via automation itself, or you are analyzing this particular suit every morning and then you are logging defects in the Jira?
We have to log in the defects to Jira.
Okay, perfect. So that means by automation, it has not been handled. You are analyzing the issues,
Yes, sir.
you are
Yes, sir.
identifying the reasons
Yes.
behind the issues, and then you are
Yes, sir.
solving it. Fine. Okay. You are working on hybrid framework,
Yes.
and there are keyword-driven framework, data-driven framework, other frameworks are also available. How will you come to a decision that you have to go for hybrid framework for this particular application, or you have to go for data-driven framework for this particular application? So how do you come to that decision?
Sir, if I want to check a multiple logging means login from multiple user,
Hmm.
then I use a data-driven framework. For many time I have to execute the that data, so I go through the data-driven framework.
Hmm. Okay, and when do you go for a hybrid framework?
If I want to execute means also there is a simply test data. Sorry, sir, but I could not elaborate
No
it.
worries, no worries. It is absolutely fine, right? See, there are
Okay.
applications in which you have to test the functionality or feature by various test data.
Okay.
The test data can be in the form of
Okay.
alphanumeric characters, numeric characters, special characters, just white space characters, right? So these are kinds of test data that you have to test for that particular functionality or feature. Let's say if it's a text box, you have to enter various kinds of data in it. So we will be going for data-driven framework,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
There
sir.
are, yeah, there are at times when you want to create keywords in your framework that, let's say in for login, you are creating a login keyword, and then behind the scenes, you will be having various code for that. Similarly, you will be having a separate
Yes.
keyword for logout. So it's a keyword-driven framework.
Yes.
Now, hybrid framework means it's a
Yes.
combination of frameworks, right? So it depends on application. It might happen for some functionality,
Yes. Yes.
you just need data-driven. For some functionality, you need both, right? So accordingly, you will take the decision.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In an interview, when such kind of questions are asked,
Yes.
or if any question is coming which you are not comfortable to answer, so what you have to do is take some time to think, right? You can ask the interviewer, can you please allow me to think for 2 minutes or 1 minute? I just want to think how it would be. And then, even if you are sure of the,
Okay, sir.
even if you are very confident about the answer, or if you're not confident about the answer, because you took some time to think, you can tell, sir or ma'am or whomsoever, the person also you can address from their name. So you can tell, see, not sure if this could be the answer of this question, but I just want to give it a try. And then maybe you can help me up with the correct
Okay.
answer, because I don't want to keep that question hanging in my mind. Something like that, right? So that will actually uh, put a different kind of an impression on that particular interviewer. He will be happy. Hmm? Until unless he's not running out of
Yes.
his bad day, right? He should not have got some bad tea or bad breakfast, then he would be able to answer you, or else he will simply reject you. But then don't worry about such companies. Okay. So this is about hybrid framework. Now, let's move to the next question. Let's say if there is a list, for example, you are working in a product in which
Okay.
the seller is upload and selling his
Okay.
products, buyer is buying. So there is a list of products which a buyer has to purchase, right? Now your automation script
Okay.
should iterate through all the list of products, right? From starting from alphabet A to alphabet Z. So how will
Z.
you iterate? Yeah, how will you run that automation script with all the with all the values in the list?
Sir, firstly I make the customized method for that list box. So I will copy that whole XPath for that,
Mm.
and use a for loop to it for the iteration purpose to evaluate all the products, means A to Z.
Okay, for loop you use. Okay, you have joined from laptop, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it possible for you to write a Java program? And
Okay, which
yeah,
program, sir?
yeah, you need to write a program to remove the duplicate character from the string.
Duplicate character. Okay, sir.
Yes, yes. Any string you can take it.
Uh, Sir, shall I use only logic or whole class syntax?
On a very high level, you can just give me the logic. Syntax is not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, in your real time on also you are going to uh, refer Google for syntax, right? So just tell me the logic.
Okay.
Hmm.
In word, O is double. Duplicate character I have to remove. Okay.
So first write the program and then you can explain.
Okay, okay, sir.
Hmm.
Sorry, sir, but I'm not prepared for that.
Okay, no worries. So this is a mock interview. So actually you will come to know which areas you need to improve, which areas you need to you are comfortable with. So you don't have to worry about those things. And
Yes.
this is a very easy level of program, right? So what I'll,
Yes.
oh yeah, so you can stop sharing your screen, right?
Okay.
I'll show you the answer for this program. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we want to remove the duplicate character from the string, right? So first of all, we will go with the index, one of the variable, right? And we will traverse through all the characters of that particular string, right? Then
Yes.
we will go, so there will be two for loops and there will be multiple, two for loops and one if condition, right? If it is present or if it
Okay.
is not present. So if it is not present, then we will add it to the final result. If it is present, then we will have to identify if both the characters are same or not, right? So over here, I and j are
Yes,
the
sir.
variables again. We will check if string I is present before it, right? If it is present, then we will break, right? And we will continue with the next, right? So over here, your
Yes, sir.
string was Poonam, right? So we can mention Poonam to character array, and then this is the main function, so final function, right? And whatever the length of the string is there, that we will take, right? So this is how you will be doing the code for this particular problem statement. This
Yes,
is
sir.
return statement. Okay. Right. So you have to practice these kind of programs because it might be asked in an
Yes,
interview,
sir.
right? Okay. Now there is a variable which is declared inside the interface. Can we change the value of that variable?
Inside the interface? No,
Yeah.
sir.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because it is a public static final, so we cannot change the variable.
Hmm. Okay. See, so you are right. The answer is fully correct. Now, an interface is nothing but it is a container of abstract methods and static final variables.
Yes.
Okay. The
Yes.
interface will contain the static final variables, right? So the variables
Yes.
which are defined in an interface cannot be modified by the class that actually implements the interface, right? So
Yes.
that's the answer for this question. Okay. So this is good. Okay. Now, is WebDriver an interface or it's a class?
WebDriver is an interface.
Okay. Now, if it's an interface, then the methods which we are using is written under which class?
Uh, in a remote driver class, we are using the method. It's in a parent child class.
In the child class. Okay. So let this be an open question
Yes.
for the people who are watching this video. So first question is WebDriver an interface or a class? And if it's an interface, then the methods which we are using is written under which class? Okay. Okay. Um, are you able, let's say if you get an opportunity to design a framework from scratch, so would it be possible for you to design a framework from scratch?
Yes, sir.
You would be able to. So how much time would it take?
Sir, it depends on the projects.
Mhm.
How we describe it.
Okay. So have you ever created any framework from scratch?
No, sir.
Mhm.
I'm working on some part of that framework, like a pages, like, to write a script on that pages.
Mhm. Okay, great. Now, can you explain me the process that is being followed in your organization, or not to take the name of the organization, but can you tell me the process which has been followed in your team? Like, let's say if you write some
Uh,
automation script. Yeah, please go
yes, sir. After yes, after the requirement, yeah, if we got the requirements from the BA, and they will be meeting, and our team lead, we discuss with what will going on the project, and the task is in a spring meeting, we got a task, so which module we have to work on it, in a means after in a when there is a development phase, then we have to work on a high level scenario, and to write test cases, and also after a test case writing, we have to work on uh, automation.
Okay. Now you will start your automation, right? Then,
Yes, sir.
yeah, then you will commit your code, right?
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Sir, after we got some build, then we are executing it manually. If any bug we find, we have to report on a Jira. So after
Okay.
the bug is fixed, then we have to do the process.
Right. So that is fine. Now, now I'm more interested in that process. Let's say you write some automation script and it has been, what happens to that script? It is, you push it to the gate and then it has been taken care by Jenkins for end-to-end test automation, or any other steps are involved. Writing, starting from
Sir,
your, yeah. Please go ahead.
In means we are creating in a script, means a particular sprint, that code is we are storing in a git as a in a repository, and that repository we are means for execution purpose, not a whole project. In a module we are
Mhm. Right. Now, let's say you develop some automation script. Then what happens with that script? Do you push that script by yourself, or your seniors are taking care of all those things?
seniors are taking care of it, but I know the all the steps how to push the code on a git.
Mhm. Okay. So if you are aware of, yeah. So can you please elaborate?
We have to make a repository on git. After there are some process we have to that that path we have to copy, and in a project in a team we have to push and commit that project.
Hmm. So so uh, which are the different processes that you are taking up as a part of automation script?
Process.
Yeah.
I'm just writing a test script,
Hmm.
and sending to my senior. They review is it correct or not, and after they are performing their tasks.
Hmm. Okay. Fine. So if these kind of questions are asked in an interview, so what you can do is you can answer like which are the different processes. For example, there will be a process of code reviewing. Let's say when you write the automation script, you will have to get it reviewed by someone, or you will be creating a pull request, and that pull request might require one or two approvals, and then only you would be able to push them. Maybe the reviewer can comment on your pull request, and then you will have to do those changes. You will have to run that particular unit test just to ensure that because of your new changes, new automation script, the older scripts are not getting broken, something like that, right? So those things
Yes, sir.
you highlight, right? Then in the code review process, how
Yes,
does
sir.
the code review happens? Is it can be a virtual team meeting, or it can be a conference room kind of a meeting where everyone is just switching in
Yes, sir.
code review, right? So those kind of things you have to explain. Okay. So can you tell me a very important defect that has been caught by your automation script?
Defect.
Hmm.
Sometime test cases not means there is any in my project the check out. If I am going to check out the product, then they it not going to check out the product. So it's a major defect I found in my project in automation.
Okay, but this could have been found by manual testing also, right?
Yes.
Hmm. So how did it happen that this particular defect was not found by manual testing, but it was found by automation? There is a separate team for manual testing, and were they not present on
Sir,
that particular
we
day?
are
Yeah.
uh, means some two are work on automation and other are work on manual.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Uh, right. So, light issue.
Is there a power cut issue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. No worries, Poonam. So we are almost done with the interview. It was nice talking to you, and wish you all the best for your
Yes, sir.
career ahead. Yeah.
Sir, please give me feedback. How was my interview,
Yeah.
and
You're
what should I make changes on my?
hmm. See, your interview was good. The presentation skills were good, right? From next time onwards, whenever there is a virtual interview, please try to get a Wi-Fi device with you, right? So that the
Yes, sir.
interviewer is able to listen to you and at the same time see you. So he will be able to have a one-on-one easier conversation with you. Second thing is you have to practice on Java programs. Definitely, they will be asking you to write some
Yes, sir.
programs and all those things. Third thing is you have to focus on scenario-based questions, right? Which are the different,
Yes, sir.
real-time scenarios. Like, let's say if you find any defect by automation, why it's not been caught by manual? It might be some corner case which has been just caught by automation, right? So it can happen that there is a corner case which is being somehow targeted to work in that way and it just caught by automation. But then there might be some questions that can come to you that if it was not a manual testing found by issue, so what was manual testing doing? So you might tell that it was released on Saturdays and Sundays and I was the only one available, and somehow I triggered the automation and the issue was caught by automation. So this is how you can drive the interview, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not telling you to tell fake things, but you can tell genuine practical things which people can trust, right? Or
Yes, sir.
you can tell some defect which has been very uh, of very potential value and it was caught by you, right? Some scenario based defect which came across your mind, right? Those kind of things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, Poonam, it was nice talking to you and wish you all the best for your career. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.